Yeah. Yeah. We'll do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do it as cool as you, brother. I'm trying to be like you, trying to be cool. I think
Yes.
I'm
Thank you, man.
failing. I'm failing hard.
I appreciate you.
Brother. Yes,
How are you?
Robert. How you doing? How you doing over
Good.
there?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, it's an honor to have you here. Like I was saying earlier, I know all these filmmakers and martial artists. You guys are busy like crazy. I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Let me throw that Hail Mary and see if I can get old Bobby on here. Robert Samuels in the house. Chat Movie Dojo Army showing up right now. That's right. Let's see who is here. We got Bo McCubbins. He says, "What's going on, fellas?" Edwin
What's
in
up,
the
guy?
house. Gilbert
Yes.
Berger. That's right. Saying, "What's up, Robert?"
What's
Yes,
up,
the
brother?
movie.
How you doing, Gil?
Yeah, Orlando. Everybody's showing up. Movie Dojo Army slowly showing up a little bit as they do. That's right.
Yes.
They creep in like ninjas. That's how we like it. We got the Asian movie enthusiasts in the house as well. Oh
Wonderful.
yes, yes, yes. So how have you been, brother?
I've been wonderful, man. I'm fortunate to have been vaccinated, so I'm starting to move around now. Production is starting to pick up. So, I
Nice.
just encourage everybody to kind of, to play their part in the situation that we're in so we can kind of get back to normal routines.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, last year was a lot of fun. Everybody had a great time last year, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome that it's good to hear that you're vaccinated and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
apparently, we're too young right now over here. So, and I'm like, you see all this grain? You see all this grain? I mean, come on, I'm gonna be too young. What's going on
Yeah.
here? But
Give it another month. I think you
okay,
guys are good. Yeah.
okay, great, great. Well, it's great to have you here on the podcast in the Movie
Thanks
Dojo,
for
hanging
having
out with the Movie Dojo Army. And we're here to talk about you. That's right. You're kind of a pioneer in a way. Now, of course, you have all the information. I was trying to do a little bit of research, and I was like, well, he doesn't have a wiki page. But the next best thing is let's have the man himself tell the story, tell the tale, take us
I got
back to the
Yes.
beginning.
To
Before
the
we talk, yes, before we talk about your wonderful career in Hong Kong cinema, uh, how did you get your start in martial arts? What influenced you to take martial arts, and then what influenced you to get into the film industry?
I went to go see a film years ago. It was called Five Fingers of Death.
Yes.
A lot of your glowing hands, right?
Wee, wee.
I love that. My aunt took me to go see it at the Tower Movie Theater, and when I left that theater, the guy that played the lead actor, Georgie Howe, I was in awe of his performance, and I said, right there, I think it was maybe about 10, 11. I said,
Yeah.
one day, not only am I going to be in these movies, I'm going to actually work with that same guy that I looked at on screen. And the ironic
Nice.
thing was that the first big film I did in Hong Kong was with him. So dreams do
Yes.
come true.
Wow. How amazing is that?
I
So
started.
how
I
long?
started.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
started martial arts early in my teens, probably about 12 or 13. I was a big Bruce Lee aficionado, but I'm not Bruce Lee. So I was looking for the right teacher and everything,
Yeah.
and I didn't like karate at the time because I thought it was too linear for me.
Gotcha.
I noticed kung fu movies, the Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest. I was a big fan of them, so I knew I wanted to learn Chinese kung fu. I met a
Yes.
guy who actually lived across the street from me. Everyone said he studied kung fu, and I never really paid attention. His name was Maurice Tunstall, and
Okay.
I went to his house one day and I said, look, I studied kung fu and everything. He said, oh really? He said, let me see. So I started getting to a Bruce Lee stance, and right there he knew I just had no foundation.
Gotcha.
So at that point he said, you want to learn real kung fu? Be here tomorrow morning. So that was the start of a 20-year tutelage under his leadership with Chinese Kung Fu, Hong Gar Kung Fu.
Nice. How awesome is that? That is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't really know until you get in there.
right.
You know what I mean? Like when I took a little bit of Muay Thai kickboxing, I thought I had good defense, and then, then I was like, wow, I have absolutely no defense. But you don't learn until you get hit in the head a few times,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right.
Right?
You got to take it or give it.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta learn. You gotta get your feet dirty. But that's amazing. 20 years of martial arts. How awesome is that?
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
And
So how did you? Yeah, go ahead.
the transition to Hong Kong, I assume that was your question.
Yes.
So one day, Maurice, my teacher, Maurice Tunstall, he said, "You want to go with me up to Nyack, New York?" And he introduced me to a guy named Chu Chi Ling, who I had seen in Kung Fu Hustle and Bruce Lee, The Man, the Myth, and
Yeah.
countless Hong Kong films. So when I went up there, I saw him and I said, I'd love to come to Hong Kong one day and make movies. And he said, if you ever come to Hong Kong, no problem, I'll take care of you. So that was more motivation for me to continue training martial arts, because I knew that I knew someone in Hong Kong that could help me get into the films. So that was where it first started. So subsequently, one day I was out looking for a job, and a group of us, they wanted to go to the airport and get a job. And I really didn't want to at the time, but I went with them. But then I started thinking, they said if you work for the airlines, you could fly for free. So I said, wow, that's interesting. I said, because that could facilitate my move to Hong Kong. So I worked for about 4 or 5 years for a security company at US Airways.
Right.
And then one day, after about 5 years, one of the managers at US Air said, "Did you ever think about working for us?" And I said, bingo, that's it right there. So next morning I was in his office. They found did my paperwork, and I started working for the airline directly. So I toiled away for about a year. And after that, I got a week's vacation. So I just jumped on a plane and just went immediately to Hong Kong, just to get a feel for it, touch my feet on the land, just to say I did it. I only had a week. I didn't really know anyone, but just learned the lay of the land. So I went back to work after I did that for a week, and the following year I got 2 weeks vacation, and once again back to Hong Kong. That year I contacted Chu Chi Ling, and I told him that I was coming. So he met me, and he said, well, I told you I would take care of you. So I signed a deal with him where he would manage me for a number of years. Subsequently, not too many jobs came out of that, but one day while I was with him eating lunch, I was at the Nico Hotel, and I went into the bathroom. I go over to I'm washing my hands, and I look up in the mirror, and I see a guy I recognize. His name is Paul Chang, from many Shaw Brother films. And he looked at me. He says, "What's a black guy doing in Hong Kong?"
Right.
By that time, I had kind of taught myself how to speak Chinese, so I was able to communicate. So I started speaking with him in Chinese, and then he was like blown away. He says, "Oh my God, you're a black guy!" And so then I said, I was with Chu Chi Ling. He said, "You want to be in movies?" He said, "Meet me tonight." So I met him that night at a hotel, and in walked Sammo Hung, Chen Kun Tai, and countless, and David Chen. And Sam looked at the photos. He said, "Can you fight?" I said, "Not like you." But he seemed very disinterested at that meeting. And he was actually the first one to get up and leave. So after he got up and left, we all went to go and get some dinner. About an hour into the dinner, the phone rings. And when the phone rang, that changed my life forever. It was Sammo saying that he was going to change the ending of a film he was working on and use me as the main bad guy. So obviously I did make an impression on him. So that's really where it all began for me.
Oh, that is awesome. That is really cool. How long did it take you to learn the language? That's amazing. That's an amazing story in itself.
A long time, countless, just listening to recordings and watching Chinese movies. I worked in Chinatown in Philadelphia at a Chinese movie theater. I sold newspapers in Chinatown at a local bookstore. So I was always around the community, just trying to understand their customs and idioms, and just so that I would have something that's no one else had. See, when I would go to auditions here in the United States to get into movies before I went to Hong Kong, and Wesley Snipes showed up, Lawrence Fishburne, and I never had a chance. So part of the goal was to go to another country, make a name for myself, and return back to the United States. So yeah,
nice. How awesome is that? You got our 4 film says such an epic story. That's right. Everyone's chiming in. That is, I mean, I had issues in high school trying to learn Espanol, so I can't even imagine flying to another country and just learning,
Yeah.
over there. I mean, that's a whole nother ball game. But you did it. That's awesome. Do you know Cantonese and Mandarin or?
I don't speak Mandarin,
Okay,
which is
okay.
probably the easier dialect. I speak
Oh,
Cantonese,
oh, okay.
which has
All right.
8 or 9 different tones. So
Right, right, right.
yeah,
Wow,
but that's
Mandarin's considered
primarily
the
in
easiest.
Hong Kong. Yeah,
Okay, okay, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get into your movies. That's such an awesome, cool story. Now,
thank
before
you.
I got to tell my little bootleg story here. So I actually ran into Sammo Hung myself. He came. It was long, long, long. We're talking like ancient times here,
Right.
and he he re-released Pedicab Driver over here in Hollywood
Okay.
and in the theater over here.
Yeah.
I'm in California, but I'm not. I have to drive a ways to get out to Hollywood. But
Right.
I went out there. I was like, yeah, sure, I would love to just to see that movie because I really like that film. There's some really good fights in there. That fight scene between Sammo
Very
and
good.
Lucia
Lao Ka
Liang
Liao.
is
Yes.
Lau Kar Leong. Yes, please help me out with the dialect. I'm horrible with the names, so
So,
help me out. Feel free to correct me anytime, Robert. Anytime.
no
I'm
problem.
terrible. But yeah, I mean that fight scene was amazing. The fight at the end was great. I really liked that film. So it was fun seeing that on the big screen. And Sammo was there, so he had like a panel before he
Right.
played the movie and talked about his career a little bit. And Benny the Jet Urquidez was there. I met him. I got my photo with him. Very nice guy. So right after the movie was over and everybody was leaving the theater, I was a little sneaky ninja. And I kind of just ran down there really quick just to kind of
Right.
see if I can get close to him to get a photo or something like that. So here you go, chat, Movie Dojo Army. Here you go. You're going to see Samurai back in the day with Sammo Hung. You're going to see my photo. I'm going to bring it up right now. Here we go. Oh, this is embarrassing, but it's cool. It's a nice little story. So boom,
Oh, I
there's
love.
oh
Yes.
yeah, woo,
Fun. Oh,
yeah. Look at that. Look, that's some styling back then, right?
yes.
Hawaiian shirts.
I love it. Awesome, bro. That's a classic shot right there. Wow.
Got the baseball cap, turned to the crooked little bit side,
Yeah.
looking
What year was
stylish there.
what year was that?
I don't even remember. It's a long time ago. I would have to go to the photo album with the original
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
like see if the date there. But there you go, chat. I know you guys get a kick out of laughing at old samurai. Things have changed. Things have changed, but it was fun. It was
Still a
fun.
great
Oh well, thank you. Not as good as you. You're still in shape. I still see you doing the moves. I'm lucky
Well,
if I can get.
keep on while I can.
You
God
know,
has blessed me, so
yes. I'm lucky I
I
can get
will
up off the
honor
chair.
what He's given me as long as I can. Plus, I want to just keep the breath of action films alive. From my perspective.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, but I didn't get a chance to talk with him though because they were like, okay, he has to go, and so his
Right.
entourage like had to escort him out. But it was cool. He was nice. He said, yeah, let him come over and
He's a very
take a
nice,
photo. Yeah,
very nice man.
yeah. Plus, I don't think I looked intimidating with Hawaiian shirt, so I think we were
Right.
good. But yeah, let's talk about some of your films. Now, I haven't seen Gambling Ghost in a long time. It's
Yeah, I
been a
did
long
that
time.
in 91. Oh,
Yes,
it's Hong Fok Chai Tian. That's the Chinese name.
nice.
Yeah,
Authentic chat. You're getting an authentic experience right now.
right. The director was Kochi Sum for that one, but that film had an all-star cast. I'll give you a quick highlight here.
Sure.
And then in Enter the Dragon, when in the beginning when Bruce had the rope and he handed it to the boy, told the guy,
Yeah.
"Don't try to pull yourself out." Yeah, the boy, he was actually the action director for Gambling Ghost.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
boy, yeah. Also James Tien from Fist of Fury with Bruce Lee, he was in the
Yes.
film.
Yes.
Lole from Five Fingers of Death. Interesting story. I didn't have a car in Hong Kong, but Lole lived actually not far from where I was staying in Hong Kong. So I actually drove back and forth to set every day with Lole. And it gave me an opportunity to kind of pick his brain on some of the classics because I like Stranger and the Gunfighter. That was actually one of my favorites, kind of campy, but with Lee Van Cleef and Lole, early spaghetti western film. But we had conversations about that and just Five Fingers of Death, working with Chang Cheh and Lau Ka Leong.
Yeah.
He was a wonderful man. I was so honored to work with him.
Yeah, he's one
And
of my favorites.
yeah,
I mean,
he really was.
Fist of the White
Yeah,
Lotus, Challenge of the Masters, and all kinds of.
countless
I mean,
films.
it's. I heard a story from Quentin Tarantino. It was an interview. I think I came across an interview. I'm pretty sure it was like on a DVD bonus feature or something like that.
Mhm.
And he told Lole that he was his favorite. Like he was like his favorite. And
Mhm.
Lole didn't understand. He was just like, me? Like he was just like,
He's a
I'm your favorite?
very humble
But
guy. Very humble guy.
yeah.
He has this mysterious voice, though. Very low.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But man, he is definitely one of my favorites. He is. So
yeah.
Gambling Ghost came out in 1991. I actually got lucky and I was able to rewatch it before we streamed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember seeing it a long time ago.
Dude.
Oh, you rocked it. You rocked it. Okay, but
Yeah.
it was hilarious. It was
Yeah.
really funny. It was really funny. And
Sammo played three different roles, three different
okay,
characters. Yeah,
okay. So I guess the closest to that will maybe be the Odd Couple.
the closest, but again, where he right.
Yeah.
Exactly. In this one, he played the father, the son, and the grandfather.
Yeah, which was hilarious. It was legit,
Yeah.
but the action's legit too. Like the
Yeah.
action's good, and that fight scene.
Action was hardcore. That's where I first met my brother, Colin Cho. Most of you remember The Matrix, Seraph. He was one of Sammo's lead stunt guys when I was doing there, and like I didn't realize it later that we would become so close. When I lived with Sammo, our birthdays are August 11th. We're the same age, and we were both Sammo's student at the same time. So that was amazing. And I did tell him, I said, listen, he was filming Bodyguard from Beijing with Jet Li, and I went to set with him one day just to support him. And then he said to me, he said, look, I want to come to America one day and do movies. I said, look, man, you ever come to America, you learn English, I promise you, you have such charisma, you will be a star in the United States. And he just came here. He did exactly what I said, and I love him. He's a total success.
Yeah, Colin is great. He's really
Yes,
great. I like this picture here. Where location was this at?
That was for the grand opening of Planet Hollywood.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. That's where all of the Hong Kong stars came to meet with the Western stars. It was Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, Charlie Sheen,
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis was there. Steven Seagal, and Danny Glover. I'll never forget. We were at Jackie's house. Jackie had a private party before the grand opening, and Danny Glover walked up to me and was like, "What's a brother doing like you over here in Hong Kong?" And then I kind of told him everything. But
that's pretty good. That's pretty good Danny Glover impression right there.
Yeah, he was cool. He was very cool.
So, going back a little bit before we go forward, going back a little bit about you being kind of a pioneer, were there were there others, or you literally were the only one? Because I know there's Michael Woods. He was in like the Yuan Ping down the. He came later, right?
Yeah. Mike actually was there actually around the time when I was there.
Okay.
And he was there before because Mike was in early Yuen Ping films. So Mike's been there before me. So how it works is the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. For Western actors in Hong Kong cinema, it was the 80s through the 90s, early 2000s. I was the 90s. I caught that last end of the golden age of Hong Kong cinema.
It is. Late 80s, early 90s are the golden age.
So honored to have been a part of that.
Yeah, I want to get your take once we go through your films. I still want to get your take later on what you think about some of the movies today. I want to hear what you think about it. But yeah, it's man, late 80s, early 90s. It was just like it was like a badassity abounds. Like it was just people doing their own stunts, craziness. People taking risks. The fight scenes were just fast, brutal, just exciting. I
did Don't Give a Damn, and I'll never forget it. it was a scene in the police station in Don't Give a Damn, and had to go and save my brother, but Sammo and I had a battle, and we were in the evidence room. So we went through a plate glass together. That was very painful. And then he knocked me into the counter, but then he leaped up in the air, grabbed me around my neck, and used his foot to bang, hit me in my jaw. He knocked my tooth.
It was the knee, right? It was like a knee strike.
Yeah. He knocked my tooth out. And I'm like, whoa, right? And then he's like, you okay? Okay. I said, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
He's like, give him a cup of water. Give him a cup of water. I take the water. He said, okay, let's go back to work. He said, put the tooth in your pocket. Let's go back to work. Hong Kong.
Welcome to Hong Kong cinema. Yeah, welcome to Hong Kong. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, Chad, if you have not seen Movie Dojo Army, if you have not seen The Gambling Ghost, it's actually on YouTube right now to watch for free. Check it out. It's a hilarious action comedy supernatural movie. But yeah, just want to let everybody know. Spread the word. But it is very funny and a lot of fun. And I'm not just saying this. I don't want to sound biased. But I got to be honest. I'm always here. I'm always honest on the channel. Your fight with Sammo was the best fight in the whole movie.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm not just saying that because you're here. I mean, all the action set pieces. I love the Sammo action set piece when he's at the trailer container yard. That was really good. But in terms of one-on-one fighting, you stole the movie. You really stole the movie. This was the best fight, and there was some funny moments in that fight too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the best fight, best one-on-one fight scene in the movie. I love that roundhouse kick. You got high with that spinning roundhouse.
Those were the early days. That's right. And it's a funny thing about that movie because I really think that movie probably helped keep my career moving 30 years later.
Okay.
I finished filming a week early on that film, and the producers owed me about 5,000 US, close to that. And they said, well, because we finished early, would you kind of think about forfeiting the money a little bit? And I was like, I'll forfeit the money on one condition: if you let me speak to Sammo. Again, I was just a worker. I wasn't very close with Sammo. So I went to him and said, look, we finished early, they want me to, give up the cash. I said, I'll give up the cash. I said, but I only give up the cash on one condition: if you allow me the opportunity to work with you again. And he said, you give up the money if I allow you to work with me? I said, absolutely. In a drop. He said, okay, deal. And that probably was the smartest decision I ever made.
Nice. That's dedication right there. That's dedication. Yeah. That's awesome. But yeah, that fight was great, but it was the best fight in the film, one-on-one fight for me. But I thought it was interesting the dialogue you had with him in that scene. It was kind of like you did the pose, right? And then he goes, "You doing kung fu? What's happening right now?" And then you said, and then you said something. Because remember, I don't know if these subtitles in different versions could be inaccurate, but it said he was confused, and then because you were kicking his butt, and then he goes kung fu, and then you said mixed. And I thought that was really interesting. Like it was mixing style, and then you start boxing him.
Right, because
I was like, whoa.
I wanted to always doing the traditional kung fu and everything was good, but I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised, Will Smith, and I wanted to always make sure I kept that one little edge, of authenticity, I would even have a career in Hong Kong if it wasn't for Ron Van Cleef, the Black Dragon. He was the man. Him and Carl Scott. Those two men, and Jim Kelly, those three men, should I say, their images on the big screen is what motivated me and gave me hope and kept me out of the gangs and kept me out of trouble and just gave me, I would go and see Ron Van Cleef's movies just hour on the hour every day, Carl Scott as well. Jim Kelly was my hero. I wish I would have had an opportunity to meet Jim Kelly. I've met a lot of martial arts guys, but Jim Kelly was the one that eluded me, and I really did want to meet him one day, but unfortunately he passed away. I was fortunate to receive the Jim Kelly Lifetime Achievement Award from his family. So that's a small token of, even though I couldn't meet him, I did receive the first Jim Kelly Lifetime Achievement Award. So.
That is awesome. What an honor. What an honor.
Yeah.
He was a bad dude.
Oh, he was a bad dude.
He was a
And so was
bad.
Keith and Carl
Oh yeah,
Scott. Those are the pioneers of Hong Kong cinema that gave me the understanding that as an African American, I could achieve what I did.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's really awesome. But going back to the movie a little bit, when you said mixed, I really liked that because I was like, oh, we got a little pre MMA going on right here. You know what I mean?
I did that also. I did that also in Mo Min Bay. Don't give a damn.
Okay.
I did that at the end. There's a 3-way fight between Colin Cho,
Yes.
myself, Sam.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that.
Right.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, I want to let chat know. So don't forget, chat, Movie Dojo Army, Gambling Ghost is on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. You can watch it for free. Subtitles are actually pretty good. And you get to see the man in action versus Sammo Hung, which is legit. It is legit. Now let's go ahead and bounce to Super Cop here. So what happened with Super Cop? Were you involved with some of the stunts on that, or?
No, actually, I got offered Super Cop, but I didn't take the job. They gave it to another black guy, and for some reason, the Hong Kong movie database keeps crediting me with that. I mean, Super Cop. It wasn't me.
Okay, we will move on. All right, we'll move on. So in 1995, and your name is Bobby in the movie, which is great. Don't Give a Damn.
Mo Min Bay.
Yes, Don't Give a Damn is a badass movie. I mean, there's some comedy in that, but the stunts are insane. The fights are great. It's a badass movie. And
yeah, that was my second biggest one in Hong Kong. Yeah. That's actually me and Sammo's son.
All right.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Hong. Hong Jian.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we were very close. We were like best friends in Hong Kong. We were, close in age, and we shared the same bedroom in Sammo's house. So that was my brother, man. I miss him.
Nice. And again, you're in a movie, another all-star cast here. We got
that was another all-star cast. Yeah.
Again, I'm loving the do. I'm loving the cut. I'm loving it. I like it.
Yeah, that was in the Bobby Brown time, but I said, you know what? I want something different. Give me the bold look. Right.
But yeah, it's another just action-packed. Of course, you get the crazy over-the-top stuff because it's Hong Kong cinema. That's how we do it.
Hong Kong cinema, right?
Yeah, that's how you do it. And of course, you get some funny moments in there because Sammo likes to do that stuff. But oh man, like I was already having fun watching. Kind of like in a way for me as a fan. Oh, this is the rematch. We're gonna have the rematch here with your fight with Sammo, and that was great. I love how you guys are going at it again. Legit fight choreography, speed, just badassity in this fight with Sammo. But what I loved about it was the storytelling in the fight was fun too, because you're doing all the kung fu traditional styles and stuff, and Sammo's like, "What are you doing?" And then he like slaps your hand, and you're like, "Mother." You're like, all right, I'm about to box you up. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
He said to me when we were shooting that scene, he was like, "Well, like if he was on the street in Philadelphia, like what would you do?" I was like, "All right, I got it." So after he kicked me, I just wanted to show him, "All right, let's get this on. Let's do this. Let's do this right now. Come on."
Yeah. Asian movie enthusiast asked, Takashi Kanshiro was in that.
Yes, he was.
Very young.
Yeah, he was a prankster, always pranking me on set. But that's my brother. Yeah, he's cool.
But the fight again, I don't mean to sound biased here, but again, your fight was the best fight in the movie. It was. It was because I mean, you got Sammo Hung versus the legend Yuan Biao, and they're legends, right? Your fight with Sammo was still better in my opinion. But not only was your fight the best one-on-one fight up to that point, but it even got even more insane and badass when we had the three-way dance, son. We had the three-way dance. That's why I had to get a little clip for the intro to this stream tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
I had to show chat. And chat, Movie Dojo Army, you guys can check it out online as well. You can check out that fight scene. I highly recommend that you do. But this right here, I mean, you versus Sammo was already legit. But when a boy, is this Colin, right?
It's Colin, yeah.
Yeah, Colin shows up. You got three legends getting ready to duke it out. And it is legit, chat. Movie Dojo Army, I'm telling you right now. Samurai, if Samurai says it's legit, okay? So, I mean, it's just badass. But I was just amazed on the timing.
Yeah, that was a very difficult scene to shoot, especially the three-way action.
Yeah.
The action directors, we had a total of 7 for the film, but for that particular scene, Chen Galok and Miguel Wong, they were both the lead, and Yun Biao, he helped with as well.
But man, like the timing and speed of all three of you guys hitting each other, it's like you don't see that shit now. Like it's extremely rare. Yeah, it's just you just don't see it. But yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, I mean, your character was cracking me up.
I'm lucky to have been able to battle Sammo, an icon, Yeah, it's like a dream come true.
That's right. The icon that is not too big.
He truly is the godfather of Hong Kong cinema. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's the reason why they call him Big Brother, right?
That's right. He is the biggest of brothers.
That's right. The icon who is not too big enough to hang out with guys that sporting horrible Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, but
I love it, man. I love it.
You gotta have fun to make fun of yourself. You gotta do it,
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, so Gambling Ghost, Movie Dojo Army, Don't Give a Damn. Highly recommend those. Check those out as well. Now, the movie, let's talk about 1995 here, directed by Yuen Wu-ping, The Red Wolf.
Yes,
let's talk about that. That was my introduction to you. That was the first movie I seen you in here.
That was a fun movie to shoot. That was in the middle of nowhere on the water. And Yuen Wu-ping wanted to do a take on Speed. Because Speed 2 actually, not Speed 1, Speed 2. But this was his version, his homage to Speed 2. But I tell you what, everyone seemed to have liked this version better than Speed 2. So I was really happy about that. Once again, an all-star cast for that one.
Yeah. And Colin's back again.
Yeah, me and my brother back again.
Yeah. You guys, I like the picture below here.
Kitty was one of Jackie's lead stunt guys.
Yeah, you guys are having fun down there behind the scenes. And you got Christy Chung in there, beautiful Christy Chung's in here. Yeah, so this movie completely destroys and blows away Speed 2. There's no comparison.
It's got a lot more action, that's for certain.
Yeah. It's, I mean, you know how there's some movies out there. Yeah. You know how there's some movies out there that the tagline on the poster like really kind of sets up really tells you how the movie's really going to be, right? They got the horrible Mortal Kombat Annihilation poster where it says destroy all expectations.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
They're letting you know the movie sucks, right? But with Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Right.
There you go. There's going to be you're going to be bored out of your mind. You're not going to have any excitement. There you go. But yeah, in comparison, Red Wolf's got martial arts fighting in there, explosions, gunfire, stunts.
The shootout scene in the ballroom, that was badass, man. I had a ball, and that was funny because actually I was actually shooting Don't Give a Damn, and then shuffled to shoot that.
Okay.
I was with Ongaban, Sammo's stunt team, and how that went was. Sammo came to me and said, my children's godfather wants to use you in one of his films. And I was like, okay, well, who could that be? And then all of a sudden, Yuen Wu-ping showed up at Bojan Film Company, and I was just blown away. At the time, I had formed a stunt team of Western actors that was signed to a big talent agent in Hong Kong. And that was the first film where we all got to work together.
Nice.
And that was cool. And the funny part was one day, like I smoking Marlboro Lights on set with Yuen Wu-ping every day. He would come over and he would put his hand in my hair and pick my hair all the time and ask me for cigarettes. So then he was like, yeah, Bobby, they want me to do this film in America. He was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I said, well, what is it? He was like, some film called, The Matrix. I was like, nah. I said, do it. I mean, you do work in America, man. It's like seal the deal. And
wow.
Oh.
So we would not have the Matrix if it wasn't for you? Is it basically
No,
kind
don't
of?
even try that. No way, no way. But it's just ironic that I told him and Colin Cho,
Yeah,
head over to the
yeah,
U.S.
yeah,
and
yeah,
they both did, and like Yuen Ping's an icon here in the U.S. I mean,
yeah.
let's
Well,
face it,
yeah, he
now,
is. He's one of the greatest of all time.
he truly is
That's why the Wachowski brothers at the time wanted him.
at the time,
But
right?
you never know. You may have had a little bit of a little push to help him get him over there. You never know. You never know.
I'm glad.
How
I'm
cool is
glad to have
that,
been.
though?
That's cool. That's cool. I'm glad to have been in the circle of conversation. I'll just
Yeah,
say that. That's cool
yeah,
enough.
yeah. So is Red Wolf, was that his last movie before he went to the States to do the
I'm not
Matrix?
certain if that was his last movie, but that
Okay.
was one of the. No, after I did that, I did a love film. I started getting
Okay.
offers to do regular films in Hong Kong, not action films.
Okay.
And I got an offer from a director called Alfred Cheung King Ting, to play a psychiatrist in a film that helps a married couple's life and everything. And no action,
Yeah.
just high. And it was the first time that an African American had an on-screen romance with a Hong Kong actress. So that
Is that
interesting.
Hong Kong Graffiti or is that something else?
No, that's My Mistress, My Wife.
Oh, okay.
That's My Mistress,
Okay.
My Wife.
Nice. How cool is that? Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. So that's why your hair is a little similar to Don't Give a Damn, right? Because you're
That's exactly right.
right. Man, you lit some people up in this movie.
Oh, I was a gun-toting fool in there.
Yeah. And AKA the drummer.
Right. At first, I was a little disappointed because, like, all the rest of the stunt group, they were all like, they did action in the film. Happy Heskey, he's Australian kickboxing champion. He actually had a nice fight scene with Kenny on the boat. And then when it came to me, I had the hijinks fight scene.
Right. I was a little disappointed, to be honest.
But Sam, the way Yuen Ping explained it was that he wanted me to have a character more so than the action piece. So
okay. I got you.
as you saw, I was one of the lead villains in that, where I was creeping around, with the freezer, and I had more of a character development as opposed to the rest of the stuntmen.
Okay. I can see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, the rest of the group was a shot here and there, on the microphone. Okay, I'll get them. That bang bang.
Right.
But outside of that, my character was the one that was actually developed more than the rest of them.
It is. Yeah, that's true. Now that I think about it, that is true.
Yeah,
so it's all good.
You
know me though. You know me as a fan. I was like, damn it.
Right.
But
I saw it,
it's still well done.
Yeah, when I saw it, I said, the character is there, and that's what I wanted to. I'm an actor.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do big action, and sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all good. Comedy, horror, whatever genre's out there, you're an actor.
I'll say this: it was a good decision to do the film because we're talking about it in 2021.
Right? Look at that. And again, you did light some people up there. Was it planned for you to be the drummer?
It was.
Okay.
It was a group of terrorists that took over the luxury liner.
Right.
Cheesiest D-line you can get to, and to the gist of the action.
Yeah. Red Wolf though was entertaining. I definitely enjoyed that. But that was my introduction to Mr. Samuels. That's right. I
appreciate that.
All right, let's keep rocking and rolling here. All right, so we have here. Let's go here. Hold on one second. So you also did you get a chance to work with Jackie at all on the little things here and there?
It's a funny thing. No, known Jackie for a number of years. I first met Jackie through Chu Chi Ling. Then subsequently, I extended meeting Jackie through Sammo, and that's where Jackie and I became a lot closer.
Nice.
Funny thing is, I was scheduled. Jackie told Sammo, he's like, I want Bobby to be in Rumble in the Bronx. So Sammo called me into his office. He says, Bobby, I talked to Jackie last night. All right, get your stuff ready. You're on your way. I'm like, where are we going? Right? He says, you're on your way. You're going to be going back to the States to do Rumble in the Bronx. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh my God, this can't be true. I can't work with Yuen Ping, Sammo, and Jackie, the trifecta. I broke so I'm ready. I'm all juiced and everything. But again, I follow Sammo. So it's whatever Sammo tells me to do. I'm under contract with him. Yeah. So The next day, I get to the office. He says, "Oh yeah, come in here." He says, "Oh yeah, Jackie pissed me off." He's like, "You're not doing that film."
Oh.
And I'm like, he's like, "It's okay." He said, "It's okay. I got another film." And that was Momi Bay. Don't give a damn.
Oh.
So I didn't do Rumble in the Bronx. But the ironic part was they were both released at the same time in Hong Kong, and they were battling each other at the box office.
Nice.
Of course, the Bronx, Jackie, you ain't gonna win with that. You know?
Well, yeah.
But it was just nice to go to the theater in Hong Kong and see Rumble in the Bronx. Oh, that could have been me, and then my film, Don't Give a Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
which gave it some competition, which is awesome. Yeah,
I was with Jackie on the set of Armor of God 2 as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it took me and Chu Chi Ling to dinner. So, I've known Jackie for a number of years, and he's always been cordial to me. So.
Nice. That's nice. Well, I'm glad things worked out, and you had your chance to shine in one of the best fight scenes, and Don't Give a Damn.
Yes,
but I would have enjoyed you, obviously, in Rumble in the Bronx, because let's be honest, if you had the end fight with Jackie Chan in Rumble in the Bronx, that would have made that movie a billion times better, because let's be honest, as much as we enjoy Rumble in the Bronx, that guy didn't know any martial arts.
Yeah,
that guy that he fought on top of the pool table. That guy was an actor, man. He didn't know how to fight. Come on, get out of here. But that's just wishful thinking. But you still got your chance to shine and Don't Give a Damn, which is a phenomenal fight and a better fight scene, way better.
Thank you. Again, I owe it to Sammo. That's why I follow him for so many years.
Nice. So in terms of helping out with fight choreography and action stunts and all that, you were involved. What was your involvement with She Shoots Straight?
That was a film. Chu Chi Ling actually had gotten me signed for that. I did a small fight in there.
Okay.
But then all my footage was cut from the final print. The only thing that was left of me in the final print, Go Lai Hong, she's actually on a computer, and then my face pops up as the bad guy, and I'm like, "Well, but you cut my scene. How could you use you cut my scene?" So I don't know. I guess because my image is in there, they credited.
Okay. Well, I had to ask.
Yeah. So I'm on a computer screen in there, and that's it.
Copy that. The Corruptor. Were you involved? You were the action director for The Corruptor, correct?
Not the action director. I was actually I worked for Chow Yun-Fat on that. I was his assistant.
Okay. How was that? How was that working with Chow Yun-Fat? And
that was amazing.
Nice.
And
How
Mark
cool is that? Yeah.
That was New York City. During Chow was at the height of his career. I mean, he couldn't go anywhere in New York at that time. I mean, we tore Chinatown up. We blew it up.
Nice.
Major gun battles. Some of it was shot in New York. A big portion of it was shot in Canada, though.
Okay, nice. But that's still cool that you were involved with some of the, behind the scenes filmmaking with The Corruptor. How cool is that? My favorite part in The Corruptor is the chase scene. Was gritty.
Oh, the chase scene.
That chase scene was great.
Well, it's James Foley. I mean, he's a genius. Remember his first film with Mark Wahlberg? What was the film? He played a teenage crazy guy.
Fear? Is it Fear?
Fear. That was the first film.
Oh, I didn't know it was the same director.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How cool is that? But yeah, this chase sequence is like adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. That's my favorite part of that movie. That's awesome. You were involved behind the scenes with The Corruptor. How cool is that? All right, let's keep rocking and rolling here. I did catch up and watch. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but Chat Movie Dojo Army that's watching right now, highly recommend you check out this documentary right here.
Yes.
Iron Fist and Kung Fu Kicks.
Yes.
Is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal documentary. It shows the history, the influence, what makes martial arts amazing is in this documentary. This is a must. I enjoyed this so much, I bought it off of Amazon Prime. Like, I just bought it. Like, I enjoyed this so much. And you get to see your boy, Robert Samuels. You get to see Robert Samuels being interviewed several times in this.
I'm just honored. I'm honored to have been a part of that. You know, I owe Rick
Yeah.
Myers for that.
Yes.
You know, once again, my brother. I mean,
Yeah.
I love
He
him. Rick and
told me to
I.
tell you. He told me to tell you hello.
Oh, tell us. That's my brother. 30 years going. I mean, he supported me. We used to do the Tai Sing audio commentaries together for all the Tai
Yes.
Sing videos. Rick he's a beautiful person, man, and you know,
Yeah.
I'm just so honored to have him in my life. And him and I, we have a lot of great memories in the Hong Kong cinema world together.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe
yeah,
maybe in the future one day I'll have both of you guys on the show. Who knows? You
I'd
know,
love to.
we'll see.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Rick has been a regular here on this channel for a while.
All right. Yeah.
we have we
He
have
knows his stuff.
we have two types of series on here. One is called "Is It Really That Bad," which I'll discuss with you later because I'm sure out there there's some martial arts or action movies you really like, but Rotten Tomatoes destroys it because they're idiots.
Oh yeah. Yes.
If hit me up, let me know if you're interested. We could do a review on it. We could do a video
Absolutely.
on it. But that's a fun one we do every week. But we have a series called Versus, where we have like a panel, and each of us goes around. We talk about what we liked and we didn't like about each movie, and then we vote at the end.
Ooh, yeah.
So if you're interested in that, you're more than welcome. But Rick's been showing up on multiple Versus episodes every week. He's having fun on the channel, which is I'm honored. I'm honored to have him here. I can segue. Yes, I can segue to this chat tomorrow. Me and Rick's podcast. We're gonna have to put that on hold. We're gonna push the date back a little bit. So I'm just letting you guys know because we were supposed to. I was supposed to have him on the show tomorrow, just me and him.
Oh, okay. You and Rick. Gotcha.
We got to reschedule that for. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. But yeah, this is phenomenal. And what I really liked about this documentary was it was lengthy.
Yes.
You know,
and
like
it featured the true essence of the chronicle story of Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest. It's a phenomenal piece of work by a brilliant director, Sergei O.
Nice.
He's a brilliant director, and that film. I did it. I think a year ago or so, 2 years.
Yeah,
but
2019, I think.
Yeah, it has done tremendous for me. Everyone always says something to me. Hey, we saw you on Netflix. We saw you on Netflix.
Yeah. I had to support and just buy it. I had to buy it. But
it's a great documentary.
Yeah, because I've come across several action and martial arts documentaries, and they're like an hour. They're like so short. It's like you barely.
No, that was very thorough. Yeah, that one was great. It was Grady Hendrix, brilliant writer. He wrote the story, the script for it, and I'm amazed at the final result.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right, we got some other projects here. So I know in terms of like you told me you won the Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly. Did you know you won the Jim Carrey Award, Robert? Jim Kelly. Smoking. Yeah. Jim Kelly Award. I'm such a knucklehead. This is what happens when you're live, which is awesome.
Yes.
Jim Kelly Award. But I've noticed you've also been invited to the Urban Action Expos as well several times. How many times have you done these?
I've been involved with Urban Action since its inception, year one.
Nice.
Demetrius Angelo. I believe that platform is probably the best for upcoming film artists and seasoned film veterans, producers, directors. It's an inclusion of all ethnicities. But again, he primarily tries to support filmmakers of color. And it was just brilliant. He, as you see, that particular panel was the legend, my godfather, Ron Van Cleef, Carl Scott, Hard Way to Die, my brother, Michael Jai White, Billy Blanks, and Michael Woods, my other Hong Kong brother. Just to be in the league and be mentioned with those icons, because that's what they are. Yeah, you know, I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled, you know. I've been in the game for a while, and, you know, I'm very approachable, and I respect my craft and what I do. And I thank Demetrius Angelo and Urban Action Showcase. Again, HBO Cinemax, Warner Brothers, Backseat. It's a AAA rated event every year. I believe this year we will be going virtual again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Definitely 2022, I believe, you know, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Nice, nice,
We'll
nice.
be
Hey,
back.
virtual's good for now. I mean, you got so many
Virtual's
fans.
excellent now,
You
and the
know,
way
I'm probably gonna, yeah,
it's a completely
yeah.
new experience. You know, I'll have my booth in the virtual house, so you can come on in and come over to the booth.
Yeah, yeah.
See what I got to offer and have conversations with you. So yeah, it's going to be a fun event once again.
Because I would love to go to these, but it's only in the East Coast, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now
Yeah,
he's talked about moving, around at some point, but for right now, it's the bread and butter on the East Coast.
right. Well, with the virtual coming out, I can join. I can actually
There
join.
you go.
What's the date?
I believe it's this particular day. Don't quote me on it. I'll get you.
Okay.
I'll DM you the exact.
Sure.
It might be November the 9th, I believe it is. That's
okay, great.
That time, but you definitely should come. We'd love to have you, brother.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be there, and Movie Dojo Army will be there too. I'll let them know once you give me the date and the official date. I'll let them know too on the channel so they can show up.
I've got a couple of exciting films coming this year.
Oh, nice. So. But all these badasses, I ran into Michael Jai White over here at Dragon Fest. That's what we got over here.
Right. Yeah.
And him and James Liu and all those guys. And Michael's hilarious. He was making me laugh.
James and I just co-directed a film together. That's my brother.
Is it this one?
That is the one. Yes. That's right.
All right. Chat, Movie Dojo Army, go on YouTube and watch the trailer to this. This movie looks hilarious. And it's got an all-star. If you're a martial arts kung fu movie fan, you got Lo Mang in here. What? You got the one of the Venoms in here. You got James Liu. You got Robert. I mean, this is a great cast, but the trailer looks legitimately hilarious.
It's very funny. Very funny film. You've got Raymond Barry from Justified.
Nice. Yeah. It's just hilarious. And as a bonus, the fight scenes look legit too.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is not just a goofy little fun comedy. Like the fights look fun.
Yeah, it's a very enjoyable film. I wanted to actually come out of my comfort zone for that film. That was it was a story written by Mark Wiley. He's from Philadelphia as well. He approached me with the script in 2018. Myself and Robert Jefferson, we toyed around with it for a while. We tweaked it. He managed to get the Sopranos to join on board. Tony Darrow, Vinny Pastore, Chris Calvino, Paul Borghese, who else? Joseph D'Onofrio. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I'm just so honored for my first big film to direct all of those luminary actors. It's fun, and I didn't want it to be just a chop-socky martial arts film.
Yeah.
It's a love story. It's comedic. It has all those elements that it's got, black culture, white culture, Asian culture at a time which we need. It's a feel good movie. It has a healthy dose of kung fu action. So yeah, I think the fans will enjoy it. But I wanted to show myself as a legitimate film director.
Yeah. Well, is this coming out on DVD or what are we looking for?
Actually, it was picked up by Vision Films, and starting April 19th, I believe they start their big media promotions for I believe it's May 11th is the date that it's going to hit on demand.
Great.
Yeah, it'll do some time on demand, and then it'll start doing the runs. Cable television, DVDs, things of that nature. So yeah,
well,
I'm excited.
I want to see it. I want to support it. I want to buy it because it looks hilarious.
Yeah, this final edit was done by my business partner Robert Jefferson, and I think everyone will be very pleased with the final result. Nice.
So, Movie Dojo Army, don't forget, keep your eyes out for Made in Chinatown. It looks hilarious. The fights look legit. Definitely support Robert here and check out Made in Chinatown. It looks hilarious. I was dying with the trailer.
Yes, thank you.
And feel free to use my platform, brother. You can come back on here, promote the movie. Bring James Liu, whoever you want, bring him on here. We'll talk about the movie. After I watch it or before it comes out. Spread the word. We got to spread the word. We got to support our martial arts brothers, man. That's right.
Thank you. You have my word. We'll definitely come back to you.
Yeah. But speaking of comedy, I mean, like I think you got the knack for it. Because there were little things in the earlier movies that you did with the characters that were you were, even though you were really serious, it was making me laugh in a good way. You're like, motherfucker, man, I'm about to beat Sammo. I'm about to whoop. I mean, it's so great. And here we have the transition here in Made in Chinatown. But then, and then I came across this. I came across some clips of this web series, and I was rolling. Yes, Auntie.
Yes.
Oh, you got to talk a little bit about this because I was cracking up.
Absolutely. So working in the independent films, you get to meet different other up and coming directors and producers. I've been working for a number of times with a small group, art school dropouts. Excuse me. And one day Stephanie Pham said to me, we'd like for you to play a role in this web series that we're doing. We're trying to make it really big this time, and we'd like for you to be in it. But the only catalyst is that we want you to play a female. And, that was out of my comfort zone at the time. I'd never done that. But then, as an actor, I've been in the game for a minute, and I started thinking, some Denzel Washington came out of character with Training Day, and he won an Oscar.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to come out of your comfort zone and just take a chance. So, I signed with.
It's acting. It's okay.
It's acting.
Yeah, it's all right.
Wesley did it for Tu Wong Fu, and once again, challenging myself and trying to do something a little different. So I signed to do the film, and lo and behold, Warrington Hudlin, most of you may remember him. He's producer, director, House Party with his brother, the Hudlin brothers.
Okay.
He saw the film. He loved the film. He had a big premiere of it at the Museum of Moving Image up in Astoria, Queens, New York. Sold out audience. I was just shocked at the response from the audience. Subsequently, about a month later, the director Joey Min and Stephanie Pham, they get a call from Digital Media Productions. We all go up there, and they in turn want to buy the film. So the film's now on Amazon, and it's doing quite well. And
okay, good.
It was a smart decision for me to do. Everyone loved the mama character. And I tried to play it like Medea, somewhat, just a kung fu version.
It's brilliant. I was just cracking up.
It was different,
you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. Why not? Exactly. Yeah.
So and I'm glad I did it. A lot of the fans want to see another version of that. So hopefully, when the pandemic settles, Joey Min and Stephanie, they'll get together and try and let's get another episode.
Yeah, why not? Let's have fun here. You got a question here from the Movie Dojo Army. Brolacon asks, he goes, Mr. Roberts, have you seen The Black Kung Fu Experience? It's a good documentary. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen it. I actually know all of the gentlemen in it, most of them.
Nice.
Oso Tiari Cassell, Ron Van Cleef, just pioneers and legends. I think that's a brilliant piece of filmmaking and historic for any martial artist to actually watch and understand some of what the pioneers brought to us. I'm fortunate now. Oso Tiari Cassell, he's one of my main producers with R4 Films. I partnered with Elite Security Film Group several films ago, and he's been just a wonderful producer. He allows us to be very creative, and sometimes, when you're doing these independent films, you need funding, you need finance, and Tiari Cassell has always been there for me. But I got to give a shout out to Alan Goldberg as well. Action Martial Arts Magazine. He was the first one when I came back, and I'm really trying to get my independent label jumping. He didn't even blink an eye. He reached in his pocket and funded my productions. So nice. I will always give respect and honor to him for doing that first.
Nice, awesome. And then speaking of web series and series, I also saw this. This looks badass, and you've directed several episodes. What? Want to talk about Final Contact?
Yeah, Final Contact. That's a story created by my business partner Robert Jefferson and Reese Tanaka. Basically, it's a nefarious group called the Chamber. There's something in the case, Everybody wants to know what the fuck is in the case.
Yeah.
You know, and so every episode, the case gets handed off to a new operative, and a new story. The story kind of resets, all the while revealing certain clues as to what the final element is in the case. We're going to continue filming that series. We won
nice.
12 or 13 awards for the episodes we have up already, and we're prepping for the fourth one. But again, you know, my plate is kind of full right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult to kind of, you know, I got to do the paying gigs first, and then I'll work on the other stuff. But we have a lot of things coming, you know. Nice. I was very fortunate. I partnered with Deviant Children Productions, as you can see behind me, Team One Take and R4 Films. We have a film that we're about to shoot. We're in pre-production now. We'll be shooting that down in Mexico. It's called Jugando con Fuego. Basically, it's I play the first film that I'm actually going to be the lead actor on. I've co-starred with Sammo, I've co-starred with everybody in the world. 20 years, you know. I finally, you know, director Nicholas Ortiz. He's a brilliant director, action director, award-winning director as well. He came up with the idea and the concept. Him and Robert Jefferson kind of fleshed out the things, and here we got Jugando con Fuego. We're shooting down in Tijuana, Mexico in July.
And you're the lead. I can't wait. I'm
the lead, and also Hector Sorio. He gets his opportunity to play the lead villain. And also we have from the kid from Kathmandu, the Puerto Rican action star, Jose Manuel. He'll be flying down to Puerto Rico to battle as well in the film. So it's an all-star cast.
Is this action martial arts? What's the genre?
Oh, this is Equalizer.
The good stuff?
Equalizer meets On Fire meets Flashpoint. So
woo! Can I buy the ticket? Can I buy the ticket now?
It's definitely going to be a ride. You know?
Nice.
I'm honored that Nick, you know, finally a director sees something, you know, and I've gotten the not to say that the rest of them didn't, but I've always played the supporting characters, and I've always wanted my bucket list to actually lead a film. So this will be my opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
You know, we work hard for these things.
And I'm sure with you being the lead, you're going to handle a lot of the fight choreography and all that, right?
Yes, I'll be handling it. And also Hector Sorio, all of the guys that are involved.
Whole team.
They're all prominent. They're all prominent action figures in their own right because they all have their own independent groups. So it's the one time where we've all kind of joined forces together. And again, we're trying to reinvent the formula for these short films. I mean, a lot of them have just action without the story-driven elements. This particular one, we want to take it out of the United States, take it to another country, and just kick ass.
Hey, well, we're going to support that. That's what this whole channel's about, man. Action movies, martial arts, supporting badassity that abounds. So keep us in the loop. I'll spread the word. And I know I only got you for a little bit, but one more thing really quick. Shadow's Fist here.
Shadow Fist, yes. That was my homage. Robert Jefferson, Reese Tanaka, Artful Films. We wanted to kind of lend an homage to the old golden age of Shaw Brothers, you know? So that was our way of paying homage in a nostalgic way to the good old days. And it did so well that, you know, more people wanted to see it. Another one. So we're in the process now. We're shooting Shadow Fist 2. It's called Shadow Fist 2, The Axe Gang.
Nice.
And Marco, the Answer Johnson, Willie the Bam Johnson's son, he's making his comeback as the lead actor in this film.
All right.
So I'm happy to direct him in this.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the fight scenes from this, and I was like, it's like Robert still got it. Look at him. He still got it.
Listen, all-star, I mean, I'm just so happy that Andre Duza, he's the first official member of my stunt team. Sharif Anal-Bey, you know, he's the Asian Auntie, countless other films. Reese Tanaka did the music scoring, and he also got us the original kind of Shaw vibe soundtrack and sound effects, just to give it that full, complete flavor. So we want to one-up it again. So for part 2, we got a lot of surprises coming for you.
Oh, okay, good. I I can let people know about that and spread the word, because I saw some of the fight in that first one. I was like, oh, that's right up my alley. It's right up my alley. Asian movie enthusiast, I didn't forget. He says, don't forget to ask him about modern Hong Kong cinema. So we can perfect segue.
Right.
What is it? Because there's some good stuff now. Nothing as awesome as badass as some of the stuff is now. Nothing for me will replace the 80s and the early 90s. That will always be the best to me. But I appreciate the people that are busting their ass now. Like, I appreciate it.
Right.
But what is some of the problems? And not just Hong Kong. We could just talk about even American cinema. What are some of the problems? When they get it right, right? And you can appreciate that, right? You as a filmmaker, I'm sure you can watch a modern movie that if they do it right, you'll be like, hey, they did that right. Absolutely. But what's some of the negatives in the recent Hong Kong cinema and recent American cinema right now in terms of an action cinema?
I just think that in America, well, before, a lot of the action coordinators that they brought in from Hong Kong, they were not allowed the opportunity to kind of do what they do. And they were hit with the pitfalls of, the bureaucracies of how our business works over here in the United States. It wasn't until I actually saw something not too long ago by one of Jackie Chan's lead stunt directors, and that's Andy Chang, and that was Into the Badlands. I fucking love that series. It's like my top series of all times.
I'm fired for not watching it yet. I got it in the queue though.
It's a brilliant series. It's like the American version of Hong Kong cinema that you always wanted.
I'm sold.
It's only 3 seasons, but the action in all 3 seasons, like there isn't one episode that will go by where you won't say, "Oh my God!" Andy Chang is a brilliant action director, and I'm saying it right here on your show again. I put it on all my posts. I know Andy, but I haven't had a chance to work with him. But that is my bucket list. Him and Brett Chang. Those two are my bucket lists before I leave here. But for the most part, they're managing to get it right. I think Korean cinema right now is really setting the bar high. Korean cinema is it encompasses all aspects. I mean, when you talk about zombie movies, let's just say, they really know how to do it. When you talk about gangster films, not since John Woo, they really know how to do it. Yeah. So again, they're leading in that respect. Now, the other countries are doing quite as well as good. Thailand, they have a thriving film industry right now. Vietnam has a pretty good film industry now. The game has changed. When you say, I agree with you in some respects as far as the old school, there will never be anything to replace the golden age. That's it's a done deal. Yes. So I kind of equate it to like a Marvin Gaye or Sam Cooke, or those are songs that my daughter will listen to them, and her children and children. Those are timeless classics that can never be repeated, and they'll just live on in time.
Yes,
I don't see that right now happening. You think about what Shaw Brothers did. They used the same actors, just moved the directors around, changed the sets around. But it was acceptable to us. We didn't balk or anything. We actually looked forward to the D. Long and David Chang combination that Chang Che did, And then we had the earlier one with the Jimmy Wang Yus, and like those are timeless classics, like you would equate to music. So the business is always going to evolve. I think with the advent of digital technology and computers, that adds a whole nother element to martial arts. Again, with the tricking aspect of martial arts as well, I'm not going to be able to do that stuff anymore, but that's just not to say I can't do action films and look just as good. It's just a different form of expression in how you view action and how you film action.
Right. Gotcha. Copy that. It's interesting because it's almost like for a while there, because of the Matrix, it's like, okay, and then the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, it was like the whole American audience is finally being introduced to the wuxia genre, right? Mm-hmm. The flying swordsman genre, which was great. But then they kind of took that, and now everybody can fly in whatever movie. It was like, no, you missed the point. You missed the point of what the wuxia genre is all about, And You got cops and police officers flying around. Like, what are you doing? What's happening? But there's different strokes for different folks, right? Apples
Exactly.
and oranges, right? And it
Right.
kind of seems like when On Bach, Tony John's On Bach showed up, kind of remind everybody, hey, you don't need the wires, you don't need the CGI. We're the
Right.
special effect.
And let me tell you, everybody on that movie went to the hospital. That's true.
I believe it. Oh, we got another samurai here coming in, trying to take over the show. I see what you're doing. No, that's my buddy David. He says he
Awesome.
haven't seen either. He's talking about Into the Badlands. He's going to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Also, check out Warrior, David. Warrior's
yes.
great.
That's right.
Another good one.
It's a brilliant one.
It's one of those. It was like, okay, with On Bach reminded us, and then with movies with Donnie Yen's Killzone was almost like a challenge to On Bach, and they're like, hey, no, we can still do it over here. Don't just dismiss us, right?
Exactly.
But competition's good though. It keeps things fresh, right? Then
Healthy,
you have.
exactly.
Then you have films from Indonesia came over here and they kind of reminded everybody, hey, you don't even need a big budget.
That's
remember
right.
Remember the old days? You don't need a big budget. We're the special effect.
That's it.
So
they do brilliant. They do brilliant.
Yeah. There are badasses now that are fighting a good fight and reminding everyone of what's so special about the martial arts and the action movie genre. There's nothing like it.
Exactly. I think also because of the pandemic and how long we've kind of been isolated and forced into this seclusion, I think this also kind of helped change the business a little bit because a lot of people were doing a lot of streaming. Dr. Robert Goldberg, several years ago, him and I were at the Tropicana Hotel, and him and I were talking about, digital filmmaking in the future and where it goes. And he said to me, streaming, that's it. Concentrate on the streaming market. You can't go wrong. And look at where we are right now. He was actually very correct. So that's really, it's an important market. It's a market that will not go away, regardless if the pandemic leaves or not. The convenience of being able to watch a series at your leisure, on the job, at home, in your car, while you're waiting. It's just a convenience. It changed how we view action, how we view films in general. So I just think that movies will still be around in the theaters, but I think that, won't be as popular as it
won't be as popular.
Correct.
Right. And you never know, in a way, streaming and the independent film industry probably benefits more too, because they can get their movies seen more than trying to get it into the theater. You know what I mean? So it kind of, it's a benefit for everyone. Of course, everyone loves to go back to the movie theaters, obviously.
Short film content was not very popular and actually was looked down upon. It was you're doing short films, whatever. But it's ironic now, most of your big streaming platforms want that short film content. They use it as intermission fillers for their feature films, or just, you'd be surprised how creative some of these short films are. And they're entertaining. And with the advent of the streaming service, they're not done.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is that, badasses like you, Robert, and everybody else out there that are fighting a good fight to bring us awesome, badass martial art and action entertainment. It's all that matters. In the theater, streaming on YouTube, streaming on the streaming channels, it don't matter. As long as you guys are out there fighting a good fight to entertain us, us fans will be there to watch and to be entertained, and we will always support the stuntmen out there, the martial artists out there busting their butts. We always support. That's what this channel is all about, brother. That's why I'm so honored to have you here. And was there any other things you want to talk about, like future projects, or that's good? Go ahead.
Yeah, we actually created a platform. It's called Red Sash Theater, and we modeled that, myself, my business partners. We modeled that after Black Belt Theater back in the day. Yeah. We just wanted to kind of, because everyone raced home to see all the Shaw Brothers movies in Black Belt Theater. So we thought about, hey, that'd be an interesting thing to do with streaming content. So we called it Red Sash Theater, and we take submissions for content to air on the channel. It's on Roku channel right now. We've partnered with Urban Action Showcase and Warner HBO Cinemax to launch this channel. So we have Deviant Children, we have Art School Productions, all different film groups have submitted content to go on the channel. So it's just not our content. We want other filmmakers to have an opportunity to have a platform in which to show their content as well. Sure, they all have their own independent channels, and some of the films have already aired on their channels for a lengthy time. However, it gives new breadth and a new audience to them by, letting us show the film on our channel. That gives us content and it gives them new exposure to old material. So it's kind of a win-win. So,
all right.
A win-win.
Awesome.
So we want to take things bigger, and again, streaming platform is good. So we want to actually kind of price point some things because again, this is a business, and we want to continue doing films. So our next couple films, it'll be 99 cents basically. It's going back to the old days, $1.99 just for a view. That helps us keep the content coming. So all the big platforms do it. So we got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a business. It totally makes sense, and 99 cents is nothing. That's fine.
Right. Yeah. It's really not. It's not about profit. It's about we want to continue making content.
Exactly.
So in order to continue that, you kind of have to build that sort of an infrastructure to kind of keep the original material coming.
Right. Gotcha.
So that's the goal.
Well, brother, again, it was an honor to have you here. Again, I want you to come back and hear more.
I tell you what, definitely when Vision Films finally releases Made in Chinatown, I'm going to give you a call. We're going to bring some of the cast, and we're going to have a fun time.
Yeah. So, chat, don't forget, keep an eye out for Made in Chinatown. Kung Fu comedy looks hilarious. Fight scenes look legit. That's right. Coming soon. Keep an eye out for that.
Jugando con Fuego, coming soon from director Nicholas Ortiz. That's 3 film groups joining together down in Mexico, kicking ass.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Equalizer meets Flashpoint. What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I don't want to give too much away of the story, but I know I'm an ex-CIA detective, a la Ed Washington vein. This is why you see the scruff, because the director's trying to get some looks now. So
yeah. That already sounds badass. I'm sold on that. So yeah, we'll be looking out for that too. Don't forget, check out his fight scene against Sammo Hung in Gambling Ghost. It's a lot of fun. It's the best fight scene in that movie, as well as the amazing 3-way dance, son, with Sammo Hung and Colin Chow. This is what Badass T is all about. This is why we watch. You know what I'm saying? Got to represent the badassity.
Thank you so much.
Again, you're always welcome to come back, and we'll talk again soon. Chat, don't forget tomorrow, me and Rick Myers, our podcast has been rescheduled, but Samurai's still going to stream tomorrow and talk to you guys. We're going to have Sexy Sumo on here. We're going to talk about the animated show Primal, which is phenomenal. We're going to be talking about Primal tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So we're still going to have content on the channel, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. And again, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Master.
All right.
That's right. And we'll see you badasses next time.
Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Stay tuned.